Okay, so we're here with the Xperia Z2 tablet, which Sony is calling the world's thinnest and lightest tablet. It's 10.1 inches of screen with a 1920 by 1080 display, IPS display, and it's quite large as you can see, but it weighs only 440 grams, which makes it easy to hold. Although I recommend holding it in landscape mode all the time because portrait mode just feels awkward. It's way too large to hold with one hand. The tablet performs very well in everyday stuff like navigating around the OS, opening up apps. Like I can open up Chrome and then go back, open up my paid apps, and switching between the two is very responsive, very snappy as you can see. Sony put a lot of chips into this thing. It has 3 gigs of RAM with a Snapdragon 801 processor. It's extremely fast, even for games. We put Asphalt on this earlier, and it was working extremely well. No dropped frames or anything. The large screen makes it really good for games as well. You can fit a lot of content on this thing. Like, as you can see, this Angry Birds looks good. Even though I'm not doing so well here. But yeah, content, especially that. Books look good too, especially in portrait mode. And movies are good as well. Like, whereas an iPad is 4:3 and you see a lot more black bars, like, this thing's a little bit of a better fit for video. Let's see. In terms of what Sony's done to the software, they're using Xperia UI, which is fairly close to stock Android. They haven't changed much in the system itself. They've mainly just added a bunch of their apps. Like, you can see those down here at the bottom. And there's a bunch more here in the app drawer. The Xperia apps just mainly duplicate Google's stuff. They're not especially useful, although they don't really detract from it either. The only really cool addition is one that if you have a PSN account, it lets you sign in over that and like send messages and chat with people and get game alerts, that kind of thing. So it only works in portrait mode too. But other than that, the real appeal of this tablet is that it's large, it's thin, it's really light, and it's waterproof. Yeah, which, as you can see, covering all the ports here, micro SD, USB, and then down here, they've done a good job with it. You can just put it in water. You can pour water down the front, which will mess with the touchscreen too, and do all this stuff to it, but you pick it up, dry it off, and it still works fine. The whole thing is waterproofed. The only really annoying part about the hardware here is that it picks up fingerprints just a lot, like as you can see on the back there. But other than that, this is a very good tablet.